Hi, everybody. Welcome to Enlightened Up. It is Craig Shoemaker, your host. This show is about enlightening up. I don't know if you know what that means, but it means we live in a dark time right now. At least there's a perception of it. Let's get to some lighter times, some enlightened times, some levity, some laughter. I believe in the powers of laughter, and that's what the show is about. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you spread the word on us, like us and, whatever, subscribe, all that stuff you're supposed to do. Listen, I come from a world of you just put a poster on a telephone pole. I don't even think they have telephone poles anymore. You said, come see me at the comedy club. It's different now. So spread the word however you do that. And we need to do that in our society, I believe. And that's what the show is about. So welcome to the show. It's also filled with guests, a variety of guests. Just like we have a variety of people out there in the world, we have a variety of guests. And certainly today's situation is variety Shoemaker style. I do not know this woman. The way we met, though, is really kind of like Shoemaker. I'm watching a film, and it was called Wonder, and my whole family loves the film, which is very rare, by the way. I can never find something that they like, that everyone likes. I try to turn on my old school stuff, doesn't work. Maybe Star Wars. They're all into Star Wars. That's great. Wonder is the name of the movie. We're watching the movie, and I love talent. And I'm watching, I'm going, wow, this woman, just a guest star, it's not a guest star, but like not a huge role, but an integral part of the film. And I'm watching, I'm going, wow, she's got chops. This is somebody who's really talented. And I love talent. And I reached out to her. This is about a year ago, I think, on Instagram. She's, thank you very much. And we got to know one another now and then. And we just met today only an hour ago. And here she is. Crystal Lowe is our guest.
Thank you for having me. What a fun way to meet. And also what a nice thing you did by reaching out.
Yeah.
That was nice.
So you received this from this guy that you have no idea who I am. And you're going, that was nice. And you responded to me.
Yeah.
Do you get this often, by the way? Do you people notice your talent? Because I know you're in a lot of things. You actually star in a TV show with my friend Gregory Harrison, which is another coincidence we have. So you have fans out there. Did you think I was just a normal fan?
I didn't know. I thought I should investigate. I have wonderful fans and amazing people that reach out. Sometimes I have interesting and unique people that reach out that maybe always don't have the best intentions or trying to sell me something. But I just knew when I read your message that it was genuine. And when people reach out and they're being genuine, it's the best.
Isn't it though? Yeah.
It's the best.
That's what our show's about, actually, the Enlightened Up, this podcast, and also the course I taught. You ended up taking, didn't you take my course?
I did.
Yes.
I laughed and I cried, which I thought was a really beautiful thing about your course, is that it was teaching you how to laugh through the stress and the frustration and having a good sense of humor while still dealing with the stuff we need to deal with. We're not glossing it.
We have our normal way of doing things. The paradigm is like, oh, you're allowed to cry. But men aren't as much. But so crying's there. We've got that down. We've got anger and rage. We've got outrage. We've got all that down. But we don't really have the laughter perspective, do we?
No, because so many of us can't laugh at ourselves. And if you could just learn to laugh at yourself, I mean, the world is just so much easier. I just, it is what it is. You have to just, to be British about it, take the piss out of it. You got to kind of just go with the flow. And I think that's what your course taught, which was really fun.
Yeah, I'm so glad you were there. I noticed and so that's the thing is, I'm an energy guy. I pick up energy. I'm literally a psychic. I don't know if you knew that, but I see clients and things and, psychic energy and things like that. And I feed it back to them. I see things that are, just crazy. It just blows me away, but I'm so happy about it. We all have it, by the way. We're all clairsentient. Mm-hmm. We all have this, but as an actor, you have to have that as well. And I think that's what you were responding to when you got the genuine energy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You were going, oh, this is real. This is authentic. And we can feel that as actors, and then it gets reflected in our work.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't feel it, then there's a problem because it's going to affect your own work. As an actor, we have to be open.
Yeah.
And we have to have total empathy and understanding for people that we play without judgment, which is tough. But then we get to see the world from everybody's perspective, which is super helpful. And it also trains us as an instrument to kind of, filter out BS. Or maybe that's just me and I've been doing this for too long.
No. Listen, I'm hoping that people can learn, you're a great actor, and people can learn from that in life. They don't have to be, they can maybe play in like a church play or something like that, whatever it is. But these are skills that we can use in life, and that's to be, transferred to everyone out there. People should be aware of what it takes to act. It takes great empathy.
Yeah, well, so many people have said this before, but also we're improvising every day. Like, you don't know what you're going to say to someone, and you certainly don't know you're going to react. You do know that you're going to sit in the car after for 10 minutes and analyze what you just said for 40,
Just like a casting director.
Oh my God, why did I say it like that? Why was I looking at him like that? So that's the only thing I can guarantee is probably going to happen.
Yeah.
But we don't know, and we're doing pretty well. We're all just improvising in life, and as long as you listen, you can keep moving forward. I just think a lot of us don't listen.
Yeah. We're all on a constant audition when you think about it.
It's true.
You're auditioning for a better seat at the restaurant.
Yeah.
You're auditioning for whatever it is.
Yeah.
You're maybe at school, you're dealing with a principal or something. You're auditioning to be a great parent.
Yes.
Oh, too many great parents out there, by the way. They try too hard. They're like a bad actor.
When I think about when I brought my daughter to preschool for the first time, and I was so dressed up because I was like, I got to go in there and show them that her mom, put effort into it. And I got there and was like, this was ridiculous. I'm like walking down a preschool hall in like stilettos. Like, I look ridiculous. And now cut to, I'm like, I won't wear makeup and I'm wearing my pajamas still. And I'm like, go, you're fine. You're good. You're good. But there was this idea that I had to show the other parents that, look, I'm putting so much effort into myself. Therefore, you must be thinking that I'm putting effort into my child, which nobody thought that. Not one person.
As if they're actually thinking that, I always think about my self-obsession sometimes, like, when I wonder or worry about someone's feelings about me, like they're really taking that amount of time. No, they're thinking about themselves.
Yes.
It's like I'm thinking about myself. Yeah, there's so much that goes on, but that's similar, though, to the character you played in Wonder, the one that really had me, whoa, it was like a moment for me. I'm going, wow, that's an actor. That's somebody. By the way, do you prefer to be called an actress or an actor, or it doesn't matter? Yeah.
I think in the great scheme of all things, to do with feminism and having equal rights, like that is the least of my concern. Pay me the same amount. I don't care if you call me an actor or an actress.
Yeah.
Those are so. You could call anybody any of those things, and I'll take it.
Yeah. Just don't call you an extra.
Yeah.
Okay. They get paid a lot less. But so you auditioned for this role, and I understand you told me, off of the camera here and off of the mic, that you did not audition for that role originally, which was, ironically, a parent of a student who was not acting. So just describe it for us.
Well, I auditioned for one of the teacher roles, and they brought me back a couple times, and then I met with the director, and he was like, hey, do you think you could just do this scene? And I was like, oh, yeah, just give it to me. So I went outside for 20 minutes in the hall. And
that's called a cold read.
Yes.
That's very cold.
It was cold.
That's Arctic.
Yeah.
20 minutes later, you're in there auditioning for a part in a feature film with Owen Wilson and Julia Roberts?
Yeah.
Wow, that's so. And you said you didn't say no. I'd like to take my time with this and review it overnight.
No, I said no. I got it because I did.
Yeah.
And I love cold reads because I'm like I just got this. I know I just got this.
Right.
So let's just see where this goes.
Yeah.
And then
the pressure's actually off.
It's off
because now they know you haven't prepared.
Yes.
Now they know that this isn't the best you can do.
Yeah. And this is just me playing right now. So let's just play. Wow. And then when I went in there, I only had one question because I played Julian's mother, who is like the bully of the movie. My question was, in my scene, I'm upset because Augie's character gives Julian nightmares, even though it's a ridiculous reason. Augie should not give Julian nightmares. But for me,
because of his appearance.
Because of his appearance, yes.
Yeah.
When I asked the director, look, does he actually give my son nightmares? And he said, yeah, no, he does. I go, okay, well then that changes it in my mind as an actor, because now it's just a mother protecting her son at all costs, even though those costs are ridiculous and insane and they need to be checked. But sometimes the line of a mom will go to any extreme.
Yeah.
And that part I understood because I have a daughter. So I was like, okay, I get this. I'll just infuse that part with these awful words. But it made more sense. She didn't think she was a villain.
It was, of course not. It was a very relatable character. Not related that I related to the character like I'm like that.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I am. I mean, when you have passion for your children, you can lose perspective. You can lose reality.
Yes.
Within this fight. I mean, I'm actually, not to bring up a bad thing, but my ex-wife, 15 years later, is still fighting for the children, basically, because she has a take on me that this is a bad guy that she needs to protect them from.
Right.
So, and there's nothing I can do about that to change that. That's her, her raison d'etre. That's her, she's putting her sword in that one. She's saying, nope, I'm going to protect these kids. And I think that's the way you were. It didn't matter what the reality was in that character.
Yeah, I think also too, once you've kind of committed to something, there's so much fear that maybe you were wrong, or maybe that you have to take responsibility, that you would rather fight to the death than just be like, well, maybe things were that way, but they're not this way now. And maybe things have shifted, or maybe, that takes somebody taking responsibility for themselves. And that's hard.
That's exactly right. That's hard in our society.
Yes.
This is something I want to trumpet out there. And, if this podcast can help people do that, it's that responsibility you were talking about, that accountability. When people double down on being right, this is the biggest problem in society right now.
Yeah.
When you're doubling down on, I have the right religion, I have the right, political party, whatever it is, whoever you're fighting for, we deify people now and we stick with that person as if they have no flaws. No, this is really the downfall of our society, when we should all be accountable for ourselves and our own actions.
Yes.
Yes. Now, what kind of process do you have in that? I know you just yes and me, by the way.
I did.
Well, no, you just yes me. We talked about before we came on. She said, I'm just going to yes and you, and tell people what that means in our world.
In our world, it's just yes, and then add on information. It's a lot in the improv world that you just, add on and always be positive. Never cut you off. So
no, in improv, that's the whole secret.
Yeah.
Is you yes and you never go no, because there's the end of the scene.
Yeah.
And it really, really blows the energy.
Yeah.
When somebody does that, it's a very negative energy. And we wished we had that in life as well. We should bring improv out there. I think that improv actors, comedians, should run for political office.
I would love that.
Would the world be wonderful if we actually ran the show?
Yeah, I mean, some ideas when you go to see a show, you're like, well, that was a bad idea. We needed to somebody needed to steer that. But you can yes and steer something in a new direction while still being positive.
That's exactly right.
So that you can do for sure.
Yeah. I wish I had yes and at my house.
Me too.
Yeah, there's not a lot. The kids do not give you a lot of yes ands.
No. I get zero yes ands.
Yeah. How about dinner? What's dinner like at your house?
It's just a lot of arguing, but
isn't it though?
In a please sit down, please eat your food, honey. It's a lot of just repetitive, and then me in my mind saying, "You're calm. How would you like to be treated? You can do this, Chris. Mila." And then it just goes on a level of I'm gonna lose it, and now I just calm myself.
It's amazing, right? And
I just want you to eat.
Right, and
just
you want
the food.
because you want them to be healthy. You're making that stand for them. You're saying you must be healthy. And then I look back on my own life and childhood. I ate horribly, horrible food. What did you live on as a kid in Canada?
My mom is truly a genius. Actually, I mean, my mom is a professor. She has tenure. She's written countless books. She's brilliant,
but not bright enough to get you to eat vegetables.
Could not cook if her life depended on. Thank God she married my my dad after my stepdad, who's now my dad. Thank God she married him because he could cook and he was wonderful. He would cook for us all the time. But in that time period, I ate so much Mr. Noodles and box mac and cheese. And
did you really?
That's yes.
And you loved it.
I loved it.
Yeah.
I used to get those Mr. Noodle packages, those or Itchy Man noodles, and I would eat them raw. I would crunch them, put the sauce in, and just eat. That can't be good for you.
No, and the problem is now you're trying to get your kids to eat right, and then you can't say, I ate my vegetables. No, they're going to say, you ate macaroni and cheese.
Yeah. Also, my kid.
At least it was Annie's.
She's smart.
I got from Whole Foods.
My kid watches me because I try to sneak sugar behind her back, and then I get busted.
Sneaking into you.
No, I like to eat a lot of sugar. I'm obsessed with sugar. It's a problem.
Yeah.
If there's a cake, I'm going to eat it. I'm going to eat the whole cake. I love sugar.
Oh,
so
God,
she watches
I'm with you
me
on that. Yeah. How about Girl Scout cookie season? That's bad for me.
They changed the recipe.
I know they did.
And I don't like them as much.
You know what they changed?
What?
They added crack. I will guarantee you they added crack. I do sleeves as if I'm inhaling. There's
Which ones?
There's no teeth involved.
Which?
That's how bad it is. Do-si-dos.
Oh.
The peanut butter.
Oh,
Which I've had a thing for peanut butter since I was a kid. So this is a way to combine peanut butter and sugar. Ah!
I like those old school ones. You remember
Which
those
ones?
vanilla and chocolate old school ones? They were like golden ones with the vanilla filling. They were almost like Oreos.
Oh, yeah. They're classic. Yeah.
I just want...
They're
I
not
just
bad
want
enough
those.
for me. I need something worse for me, than just the regular old, little cream in the middle. Well, I guess they're not that great for me, but Thin Mints, I mean, I will down these things. But I have the sugar issue as well.
Yeah.
I did it last night. I can't stop. I had my son sitting next to me, which is so comforting. We were watching television together, and he cuddled with me, which is great at 11.
Yeah.
Even once in a while, the other day he had a mood, and I go, "What's going on, man? I'm trying to figure it out." He goes, "I'm turning into a teenager." He says to me. He didn't know how else to express himself. Like, he didn't know what his emotions were about. He couldn't identify it, so he just said that. I was trying to be empathic, but also not laugh at his face that he said that. Yeah. But he was like cuddled next to me, and then he busts open a gigantic bag, shareable bag, so it's not like he's coveting it himself, which he does, of chocolate-covered popcorn.
Yum.
Drizzled on the popcorn. I mean, are you kidding me? The salt, the sweet, right there, all in one gigantic handful. I have big hands. it was terrible. So I must have put on a lot of weight last night. But I did have a good time.
It's a pandemic. Eat what you want. I do feel like that. I mean, now I have to shoot something soon, so now I'm like in workout mode again. But like, I was trapped in my house for a year. I'm going to eat what I want to eat.
Right.
I'm not even allowed to go outside. So I'll just eat whatever I want.
This from the woman that said she's sneaking sugar from her 5-year-old. It's like role reversal. Oh. Yeah. So were you a naughty kid, by the way, speaking of sneaking?
Oh, I was the worst teenager. Like,
really?
I was, my mom would say, one day you're going to have a kid just like you, and that will be God's punishment. And I used to laugh. And I was like, it's true. I mean, I used to like not go to, I skipped, I don't know how I graduated high school. Like, I skipped months out of, and I wrote notes for myself saying I had mono, like, and nobody caught me. But you know what the classes I went to? I went to drama and I went to English. And those are the only 2 classes. And I went consistently to those classes. So like the other teachers, I guess they didn't talk because I would miss science for like 3 months, but I would be in drama doing plays.
And you would forge notes?
Yeah.
This is a great trivia for you. I've never asked this of anyone before. Whose name did you forge that was the person that was in charge, like either the disciplinarian or the worked in that office or whatever it was? I still remember what she signed. I did the forgery. But Anna Maria Bondonato and Lisa Bondonato were the expert forgers that we would go to because they were way better than I was. It was Ruth Holmes.
Wow.
So Ruth Holmes would do your note for you. So everyone knew how to do Ruth Holmes' signature. I could do it today.
That is amazing.
But the Bondonatos, they really had it down. But so anyway, who was yours? Do you remember who it was?
No, because I would do my mom's signature and
you do your
give
mom's.
it to them.
Oh,
I know, it was awful.
I had that one down too.
When I got caught, my mom said, because I was like obviously lying about everything. And when I got caught, my response was, I told you I'm going to be an actor. Look how good I am. I've tricked all of you. And she was like, that's lying. That was like, it's the same thing. I have convinced you all. I was practicing acting by doing this stuff, which, I mean, is sort of true.
Yeah, well, yes.
I did become an actor.
That's good rationalization you had there. God, I have 4 kids, and every one of them, they're all a different story. It's all a different script.
Yeah.
You literally have a different script with each kid, just like acting. This one I have to play the the disciplinarian. This one I have to be the goofball. Whatever it is, it's just it's nuts raising kids. It's a whole other perspective.
But do you feel like you were given each kid as like a way to deal with your own stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Each one of them came out different.
Yeah.
They all were born. You knew right away. And one's adopted, by the way, so that's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
So now you're wondering what the DNA is, so, how much of this do I have influence over and how much is this just the way he's going to turn out anyway?
Right.
So, and then you've got the girl, after 3 boys, and that's a whole. That's a whole other lesson.
The first time my husband ever called me we had our daughter, and he called me from IKEA, and he was so mad. And I was like, what's wrong with you? He was like, I don't understand, why all the girl stuff, like why is all the cooking stuff here? Why is that in the girl section? Why is that near all the girls? I was like, you know what, babe? That's a really good question. I don't know. He's like, just because she's a girl doesn't mean she has to cook. I mean, she can cook. But I was like, in like 20 years, I've never heard you. It cracked me up, because all of a sudden he was like, whoa. No.
Yeah.
No. She gets to do whatever she wants. She doesn't have to cook.
He's the feminist. He's Betty Friedan.
Oh my God. He was, they have matching feminist shirts. Like he is like
great.
On board, which I love, but also, I was also around. You didn't figure that out when I was there. You only figured out when she was there. Okay, whatever. I'll take it.
Yeah. You have to face certain things when you have these little reflections. And that's what they are, the reflections of you, and how you handle them is how you handle yourself. And then you take that out to the world. So, I'm not recommending, by the way, people who are listening, I'm not recommending having children, okay? I'm not recommending it, but I'm saying that it can lead to a lot of things. So you can find your own obstacles just in dating, It's the same thing. I just didn't find them on Match.com.
You found other obstacles on Match.com.
No, I never went on there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I've been married longer than that existed. So you did the dating apps?
No, I've been with my husband for longer than there was no dating apps.
Right. It was like an AOL disc you got in the mail. Back then, is that how long you go back?
So my sister, I didn't know because I don't know anything about this stuff. I was looking at my sister's Instagram or doing something. I was on her Instagram and I saw a picture of this guy and was like, I just like things because I'm like, I like that. I like your dog. I have never seen somebody fly across a room so fast. I was like, what happened? She was like, oh my God, I can't believe you like that. I go, what do you, she's like, that's my ex. And you just like the picture. I'm like, so like, I did not, I couldn't wrap my brain around, like, I guess that means something.
That means he's going to swipe.
Like he's going to see that she liked it. So that means that she's been looking at his stuff, which means she likes him. And then he's going to think she wants to get back together with him. I'm like, what? Like that is so bizarre to me. I go, I'm liking so many people's stuff. I'm like, like, having no clue.
Right. There's meaning behind it now.
I did not know.
Yes. I actually have to question all the time. I like XOXO. That's an old thing for me, okay?
Yeah.
Hug, kiss. Right. And, I might even do it to a straight guy.
Yeah.
I definitely do it to women and gay men.
Yes.
Because they accept that.
Right.
But then again, what if I do it to a woman that doesn't accept that, says, he's coming on to me.
Right.
I had no idea, so, and hearts.
Yes.
If I ever set you a heart, I don't know. We don't know each other that well. I mean, we've done a couple text messages. Hey, da-da.
Yeah.
Now you just texted me. This is why you're here today. One of the reasons you're here today is you texted me on an inspiration. You said, I want to learn.
I want to be in a writer's room and I want to show run.
Wow. Well,
yeah.
So then I said, you actually said something like, I know this is really crazy. You did all the apologies. This is really nuts. And it's probably inappropriate. I think you used that word. But I was wondering if you knew of a show, da-da-da-da. And I called you, which is another thing that does not happen in society today. You don't call.
No.
I like to call.
Yeah.
There's nuance and there's voice and there's all of those things we use in acting. You can't have that in a text. You just can't get the message across. Plus, there's the difficulty of my texting ability is not good. The L is next to the K, right? And I actually have big fingers, and I wrote to the guy. I was on my way to the country club, and I said, when I get there, I'm going to, in golf, I'm going to lick your ass. That's what I said to the guy. And I'm driving, which I shouldn't have been doing that anyway, so I paid for that. And he said, I'm going to cancel today's golf.
No, he did not.
I'm kidding.
That would be so funny if he did.
I'm teaching you writing now.
That would be amazing if he did.
Now, I just taught you a little joke.
Yes.
I taught you it's the bait and switch.
Right.
You see, that's what you do. So when we leave this podcast, we're about to go into a meeting. and you will be mentored in just what you wished for.
Yeah.
You couldn't believe when I called that fast.
No, I was shocked.
He must be calling me to tell me I'm inappropriate.
He must be calling to saying, "Stop! Why do you keep apologizing?" And I kept saying, "Because I'm Canadian. And we just apologize for everything. We feel uncomfortable. We're very passive aggressive."
So we're going to create a show. You're here for the inception.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, it was created 2 days ago with these other people that I don't want to spill the beans, but there's this creative group that we have here at this studio that, we have our studio. We have a number of shows in there. By the way, please watch Wolfpack. That's PAC. Put Wolfpack in quotes. Wolfpack, it's a great show I have right now on Amazon Prime, which was created right here in this studio as well. Cool. And it's great to pitch, collaborate, have fun. You can't do that by texting.
That's true.
You have to be there, eye to eye, energy-wise. We just had fun throwing ideas around, but right before we did this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing better than I used to own a restaurant, and I remember sitting on my couch thinking of this name, what am I going to name it? And then we came up with the name Hyde, and our slogan was, you come in Jekyll and you leave Hyde. I just came up with that on our couch. And then putting the sign up was bizarre because I was like, oh, and then people would talk to me about it like it was a real place. Like I'm going to Hyde. I'm like, I just made that up.
That was your restaurant?
Yeah, I had it for 3 years.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm impressed by that. You buried the lead. We're out of time. Jeez. My God. You're going to have to come back for another episode.
I would love to.
Come back when we've already developed the show. We're going to get this show on the air that we're talking about. Listen, I hope you had a good time. This went quick, didn't it?
It went very quick.
Yes. So we'll do a lot more of these. We'll have fun. It was great to meet you finally today. I brought my daughter in. She didn't look too starstruck.
She was totally fine. Kids are so much cooler than us.
Than we are. We're the ones who are starstruck.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even look at you in the eye. I was like, oh my God, here's the mean woman from Wonder. I wonder if she's going to yell at me.
I was planning on it just to see where it would go.
Crystal Lowe, how do we find you on Instagram and all that?
Oh, I'm at official Crystal Lowe. My other account got hacked and deleted by a hacker. So I'm now at official Crystal Lowe, or you can find me at real Crystal Lowe on Twitter.
I love it. I will find you there. I haven't found you on Twitter yet. I found you on Instagram. But now I found you in real life. I'm getting these annoying texts. Anyway, that's what it was.
I'm
annoying.
Sorry.
You used the word annoying.
I'm sorry.
That's what it was. Okay. So, Crystal, thanks for being our guest on Enlightened Up. Please, everybody, spread the word out there. I'm sure you had a couple chuckles today and added a little light to your life. We need to spread it out around. Okay. So do that. Help us out. All right. I have a ton of great guests that are coming up. As a matter of fact, we're doing a number of them today. They're waiting outside in the bullpen up next, but they're not up next for you. Up next is the close of the show. Okay. So anyway, just remember my saying is take this with you every day. When you're in the darkness, when you're in a bad mood, enlighten the fuck up, would you? See you next time.